there, Year Sevens. I do hope that you're going well. I know that a lot of us got to meet up with yourself and your parents and guardians on Zoom for parent teacher last week, student parent teacher conferences. And from all the feedback, it sounded like it was really good and everyone needed that little bit of a catch up. And I'll just echo the same sentiments that I sort of mentioned to a lot of the families that I was able to meet with, in that we're in this crazy little bit of a lockdown, unsure how long it's going to go for, and the fear of the unknown of is this going to be weeks or a couple more days or anything like that can lead to a few stresses. And you as year sevens, you've already learnt about the dimensions of health and well-being in being the physical, the social, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And really, while COVID-19 can play a major factor on your physical health and well-being for those people that contract it, for the rest of us who haven't had it, there is still that emotional and mental strain that can potentially take place here about making us feel certain ways and act accordingly. But please make sure you do take care of your physical health. Make sure that you are eating healthy and you're fueling your body right, and then making sure that you're exercising enough so that when you do go to bed at night, you're able to sleep really well, because that's the body's way of recovering and going through its process. So please, please, please make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Today's lesson should be a fairly straightforward one, and I know a lot of your teachers will go with an email option for this one, because there's not a lot that we need to talk through of new information in today's lesson. So I thought I'd just whip this video together quickly, show you what you need to do, and then you're off to the races. So you're going to be opening up Compass, obviously. When you're in Compass, you're going to be going into Year 7 Health, then you're going to go into Semester 2, Term 3, and we are in Week 6. And there's a PowerPoint in there called Surviving Puberty. Now what you're going to do is you're going to have a quick look through here, and you'll notice that on the first slide there's a YouTube. It's about a 7-minute YouTube, this one, and basically it's going to talk you through a lot of the changes that you already know about, and just it keeps reiterating the message that it's okay. We're all going through this. Everyone's going through puberty, and some people go through it a little earlier and some people a little later, but it's all the things from the last 5 weeks that we've learnt about from puberty just coming through. I will remind you that in this video, they do refer to genders as assigned at birth genders, male and female, and obviously there are a few potential changes within a spectrum there, but it is just referring to assigned at birth male or female gender. Now, as you go through the rest of this PowerPoint after that 7-minute or so video, there's just a little bit to read here explaining to you that, you know what, you're not alone. Everybody goes through puberty. The hormones that are released that make the changes take place in your body is very, very normal of a process. Then it says, here's a few things that you can do to deal with the stress of puberty. And isn't that funny that we were talking about the stresses of COVID-19? So the first one is obviously to read about what to expect. The second one, if you really need to, is to talk to your doctor or another health professional. The next one is to continue to have fun with family and friends. Do not shut yourself away because of what you're going through. And the final one, continue to eat well and exercise regularly. Don't forget as well that you can do some mindfulness activities if it's starting to get overwhelming inside your head, and understand that it's okay about the pace in which you'll make your changes. Be patient. People are trying to do what's best to you, and a lot of people find that listening to their favourite music takes them to another place, or it might even be playing a video game, for example. So now it's time for today's activity. You are going to, if you have a younger sibling, either a male, female, younger sibling, brother or sister, or you can pretend that you have one if you don't have any younger siblings. But you're going to write about what happens to either a boy or a girl's body during puberty, and what sort of emotional and social changes might take place. Remember, we've spoken about the managing of emotions, but we've also talked about the managing of friendships and family groups. And then why you shouldn't compare yourself to others, and then also what sort of help you can get. So basically, in the form of a letter where you say, "Dear younger brother" or "Dear younger sister," or you could put a name to it if you want. This is giving you the opportunity to see what can you remember. You can write in your letter if you remember what all the changes are for a male or a female assigned at birth. Then you can write them all in there. And as part of your letter, you can put them into full sentences. You could create a bit of a dot point list at certain points in your letter, but it does need to be in a letter format, okay? And then please understand that as you go through this, the more that you can write of this letter without having to have a look back through old PowerPoints or your notes, the closer off you're going to be to being ready for the CAT at the end of this term. So, this is an opportunity for you to consolidate all of your understanding and your learnings. And I think it's a really good task for us to stop, hit the brakes, and think about, oh dear, I don't know enough about that. I might need to go and revise or ask my teacher for some help in that area. But it's a really good summary sort of lesson about surviving puberty. So good luck, enjoy, and we can't wait to read your letters.